working on Dodge Caravan. Actually, it's Chrysler Town&Country, but they're the same animal. They had issues with the window regulator, and that's what's going on here. Is the window regulator won't roll up anymore, so we're going to replace the window, the switch to go roll up or down. A lot of times you hear a grinding noise. To fix this, we need to replace that part. And to get started, I have removed a little plastic cover here underneath the handle, and there's also an additional little plastic cover down here below the handle here. And when you pull those, you'll have some fasteners. We're going to remove those fasteners. This is a I believe a T15 or T20. Also removed a cover here, and a lot of times it's a clip. It's got some clips, and this snaps right off. That gives you access to the wire harness for the rearview mirror. We're going to remove this door panel. Once you remove these fasteners, a lot of times you're going to have some other stuff that's hidden, probably some clips. A lot of times I'll use a panel tool like this to get underneath there and pop these loose. Sometimes you can literally take and pull on the door panel, and sometimes they'll pop loose. Like I said, you just got to search for those fasteners. We've removed these two, and I'm going to use this panel puller over here. Get my panel down here once it starts popping loose. Release some clips that was holding the rest of the panel, and once you do, you can lift up on the panel. Our cable for our door handle to open the door, and then we have some various lines. These are for the window switches themselves. We're going to disconnect all that real quick. Got one I think is a light. Same thing. When I pulled the panel off, I pulled the belt molding off with it. This one's a little bit tricky, but we want to remove it. It's got a cable that hooks in here for your handle. And to release this, we're going to push down on this clip here, and then do on the opposite on the other side. It's got flares out left and right, and you have to depress those to get it to come loose. And once you do that, just disconnect the cable. Set this aside for a moment. We're actually going to need to pull the window switch out of it. So usually these are clipped in there. Yeah. All I did was push up from the bottom. So right now it's turning, but it's making a lot of noise, and it's that cable that's bound up. Panel off, and we're going to start by removing these fasteners that are 10 millimeters. I'm going to start going around. Keep track of your fasteners. We've pulled 2 for the handle, and then we pulled all these 10 millimeter bolts. I'm going to set that aside. Now, sometimes we're going to have to remove the door glass or disconnect it from the regulator to get it out of the way. It doesn't always have to be removed, but in this case I probably will take out the door glass. So this door glass has a hook that hooks onto the hole in the glass. We just got to depress that to loosen it. So use this little pocket screwdriver, push back out, and then pull it up. T25. Alright, with the speaker pulled, definitely have some access here to disconnect our window. And although you may not be able to see it very well from where you're at, I have a straight, see where that window connects, push on that little hook, and then I'm going to take this window completely out, just get it out of the way. I was going to tell you, this is just regular. We have to transfer this to this panel and then hook the motor up to this and do all this stuff. So that's what might be intimidating for someone to try to do this yourselves. You have to transfer all this stuff, and if you're not super duper familiar with it, that might be difficult for you. So that's why I kind of do it step by step. Sometimes I'll remove these 3 fasteners here of the door latch, and it'll all come out. Let me make sure I have the right size. Is your lock mechanism, the handle. I'm going to show you real quick how to disconnect that. So when you pull your door handle here, there's a bar that actually goes down to the actuator and opens that latch. We're going to want to disconnect that, and that's why it might be good to have someone. There's a little bar like that. I don't know how, do you see that? We're going to disconnect this clip off this bar and pull that back. And then there's another one over here in this corner, and if you can't reach it, you can use a tool like this, a little hook tool to get in there and hook it. But once you do that, this whole thing wants to come out real nice and easy, and you can literally take it and hook it over here to the door, and you can work on it. Now, of course, you don't necessarily know to keep it there, but this is going to give you the idea that this whole thing is one unit. It goes in there. If your door glass is broken, it gives you really good access to just vacuum and clean out anything. Our glass isn't broken, but it's just this door panel. So this door panel, inner door panel, has fasteners. They're probably T30. I'm going to find out for sure. The M bolt here, and that whole thing comes off. And like you said, your motor too, that's going to have to be disconnected. See, this is just falling apart. The cable has come loose because it's usually under tension, and once it does that, it's a modular unit. Once your cable loses tension, it's done. It's trash and needs to be replaced. That's why that motor, it's going, it's working, and it's just grinding cable. I've got my T30, which I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yep, that's the exact size we need, T30. And then your motor, same thing. It's got three fasteners here. These are different, so make sure again keep track of your fasteners where they go. Now, if the motor doesn't want to just pull out, if you have one of your pry tools used on the door panel, it pulls right out. We're gonna let this aside because we're gonna keep this. This is good. We're not needing to replace that. Your new window regulators don't come with a motor because usually that's not what's gone out. Usually it's just a regulator itself. So. And go ahead and mount your motor in there. Alright, I'm going to turn the vehicle on real quick so don't kill the battery.
Hey, well, I guess if you made it this far, I should just go ahead and tell you that I waited so long to edit this video. I found that I deleted all the rest of the video before I could finish editing it. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.